piping. After a long time, we are coming together, and this is the final episode on the non-conventional sources of producing electric power. This it means the renewable energy. This episode is completely different, and I would like to say that it is the most uncommon type of producing electricity, though it can have a very promising future if we take it in a positive way. So I will come to the opening of this episode by giving a very important and historical example of how the powerhouses of India. I would like to give the example of a UNESCO World Heritage Temple, that is the Brihadishwar Temple of Tanjavur, which is in today's state of Tamil Nadu. So this is a Vimana, that is the top part of this temple complex, and it is 80 tons. So we can imagine that, and this was built somewhat around 1000 plus years back by Rajaraja Chol, the emperor of India. And this Vimana is 80 tons, and we can see that it is several meters high, positioned on top of the temple complex. So we can assume that even though there were no use of massive heavy duty cranes or hydraulic machinery, how this temple was created, because there was an alternative source of powerhouses which were economical and environmental friendly. So this is powerhouses were ox and elephants. By means of this, the temple was constructed, and it is a UNESCO's World Heritage. So we should not, but the problem is that in today, when we talk about the ancient systems of India, many people, some of them, not many, but some of them have an inferiority complex, and because of which whatever is in from the past, that is the ancient history of India, that is considered as redundant, or and someone who talks about it is called as considered as ignorant. But we should not ignore it, because it is a very good promising option, and we can get a very good revenue, and with a very cheaper and lower budget compared to the what the other sources that are available for power generation. So that is the bull. And how we can achieve it, there is a calculation and some basic study has been undertaken, not by the prominent and the government authorities. I will not say the government authorities, because there are certain ministries for non-renewable energy who are promoting, who are actually financing some institutions. But these government finance institutions have not conducted these studies, some other private partners. So if it is taken to the mainstream, then we can get some promising results out of that. And so let's see that how it works. And yeah, so now this is the old ancient method of extracting the water from the whales, and even production of oil, means how the oil was squeezed out from the seeds. And this is the same technique is utilized for running the generator. So here the mechanical energy of the bull, the masculine energy of the bull is converted, is utilized for running this wheel, which you can see in the video. And that rotary motion is connected to several gear trains and timer belts, which drives through the gearbox, which drives a uh, electric generator, and that is how we get the electrical power. So this idea was promoted by the famous group of India, that is the Patanjalis, the Patanjali Ayurvidyan, so they have promoted this. And what are the advantages of that? It is a very simple process. Here you can see that this is the yoke which is connected to the bulls, and it is rotated. How it is rotated is like this. So when it is rotated, these are the shaftings which drive this, another shafting for the mechanical advantage, and finally it drives the generator, and this is how the power is produced. So now what are the advantages of this method? To achieve a new wave of electricity generation which is renewable, eco-friendly, cost-effective, as well as can be developed in rural areas. So rural areas will be the powerhouse, economic powerhouse of our country. A mechanism which is driven by a bull to generate electricity is introduced. For 8 hours, we know that for 6 to 8 hours, the bull used to continuously work to plow the fields. So this is not something new what is being done, but the old method of the using a powerhouse, conventional powerhouse, that is animal power, is being connected with the newer technology of power generation. So we can have a combination of old and new to get better results. Bullock pulls a shaft around an axis which is connected to a gearbox which turns underground shafts connected to small generator. The generator is connected to a power board and batteries from where electricity is produced. So by this model, we can go with all the three shifts of like uh, morning to evening, evening to night, and again night to morning. So three shifts, different. The bulls will be changed. So this is how it is possible. So there has been some basic calculation that has been done by some social organizations from Rajasthan and Haryana. So those social organizations have done some basic experiments, and out of the result and the output that was obtained, some calculations were made that around uh, 2500 kilowatts. Here we have taken it on the lower side 2000 kilowatts, but the actual figures they have put out is 2500 kilowatt of electricity could be produced from 8000 bulls. 8000 bulls. Uh, so this actually, if we see, is a very multidimensional, and in many ways this project can be benefited. First and foremost important thing is that when we are using a bull, we need not have to go with very high investments. Second is that whatever uh, the cow dung, which is a very important uh, source for the uh, agriculture as a fertilizer, and if it is used in a great way to replace the chemical fertilizers, then we will have a very good organic thought. Organic farming will be promoted. Secondly, when we use the bulls, there is a misconception that every bull needs so and so and so uh, costing of as a meal or food, but that is not true, because if we see the bull and or which is called in Hindi as a Govansh, so they feed basically it contains the bull, cow, buffalo. So they consume whatever is the left out. Like for example, if we take a crop, for example, a rice crop. So only 10% of that 10% of that rice crop is the grains, rice grains, which is the part which is a food for the humans. So 90% of that is not consumed by human. So it is automatically consumed by this bullock or the Govansh, what we call in Hindi. So there is nothing separate investment to get the food grains or whatever the food for these bulls. Even we go with the wheat crop or the bajri crop or the jowari crop. So here it is 10%, 20% is only useful. Part of that crop is useful as a food grains for the human. Rest is useful for the food of these cattle. So no additional investment is required for that. Okay. Secondly, now we will come to the power. The unit cost of this power is not more than rupees 4, which is very cheap as against rupees 1000 per unit from the solar energy panels. So solar energy is of course costly, as well as it is import dependent. Like majority of these panels, they are being, and the semiconductors, they are being imported from the China. So it depends, it makes us dependent on these imports. So that something disadvantage is gone. Or rupees 40 per unit from the windmill. Even windmill is costly. So 10 times, the windmill is 10 times costly compared to this bull power energy, electricity. Then higher efficiency of operation. Okay, so if we go in shifts, low rate per unit consumed. Okay, then preservation of natural resources, because if we are not using the coal, wood, and a lot of other like petrol and all, so that is a conservation of natural resources, and this is how there will be an environmental balance. The rural electrification is achieved, low maintenance and capital cost. That is the most important advantage of this type of power. Then no emission of any type of gases. So the system is completely pollution free. So this video, the purpose was to introduce you with this a promising option that is available. And if you are an investor, then you can take it up with due seriousness and invest it to get these projects. We have some of the members of the social organization who approach us to sponsor the engineering consulting part for such kind of projects. So if you are interested for that, you can contact us, and you can invest us, and whatever will be the role model power generation, you will be the shareholder of that. So with this, I conclude this final episode, and I request you once again to subscribe our channel. If you have not subscribed, you can push the bell button, and through which you will get the regular notifications of our videos. And also, I would insist you to share this valuable piece of information with all your friends and colleagues, especially for this video, the government authorities or the of the energy ministry, so they can take this very seriously, and it will solve majority of our problems. Power because we are facing lot of problem. Actually, world is facing shortage of electric power, so that will be solved in an economically as well as environmental friendly way. So thank you for watching us, and also support us. Our option for to contribute to our work. Our link for our UPI links are shared in the description of this video. Thank you once again for watching this video. Have a fantastic day.